Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is April 3rd, 2022. Let's take a look at Bollinger Band investing. As many of you know, Bollinger Band is one of the favorite technical trading strategy, and let's see how we can make use of it. So with that, what we'll do today is we'll look at the Bollinger Band, and let's look at 50-day period Bollinger Band. We want to make sure Bollinger Band is not all at the top. It's less than 60%. That means it's not yet at the top. It has more room to grow. And we'll also make sure fundamentally company is stable with a positive net margin and volume is more than 500k. Stock is very liquid, and overall score, which looks at the profitability, growth, and valuation, is more than 50. That means these are the stable companies. No need to worry about company fundamental perspective. And we have Altman Z score, which is the gold standard when it comes to financial stability. It's more than 1.8. That tells you this company is not going to go out of bankruptcy. And free cash flow is more than 100 million. That tells you company is churning out cash on a quarterly basis. The trailing 12-month free cash flow is more than 100 million. These are the stable stocks. What we are aiming at is we want to look at fundamentally good companies, but from a trading perspective, from an entry point perspective, we want to look at Bollinger Band to tell us is it a good entry point. So with that, let's jump in and look at Bollinger Band. So you might wonder, what is Bollinger Band? So I have a quick example here. We got Apple. Look at Apple stock here. Apple is doing pretty well, as you can see here. Stock is doing nicely, going up and going up nicely, as you can see here. What Bollinger Band does is it's got a 2 standard deviation envelope here. We got a lower standard deviation envelope right here, a higher standard deviation envelope right here, and we got mid-level here. This is the middle point here. So typically when the stock hits the top level, that means it might get some resistance because stock might come down. Look, it happened here. Stock came out of the upper band here, then it came down slightly. Same thing here, stock came up, came down slightly, and so on so forth. So upper band is really, think of like a resistance level. Sometimes stock can break out of the resistance, but many times it will basically come down after touching the upper band. And the lower band can be thought of as a support level. Many times if it hits the lower band, it will try to go higher. Look, Apple hit the lower band, try to go higher. And the middle band can be either the support level or the resistance level. For example, right here it became resistance level here, but then it became a support level. Stock came nicely above. And also one more thing to note down, whenever the Bollinger Band contracts, look right here, Bollinger Band contracted, that means the volatility is low. I got volatility at the bottom here. The yellow line here is the volatility. Look, volatility is low when the Bollinger Band contracts. Similarly, when the Bollinger Band expands, look, Bollinger Band expanded here, the volatility goes higher. Look, volatility went through the roof here. That tells you Bollinger Band expanded. So typically the way I invest is, I look at Bollinger Band and see, this is a 50-period Bollinger Band, as you can see here. If the stock is, about 50-60%, if the stock goes higher than the middle band here, that tells you stock has more room to run. Also, if the stock is trying to bounce off of the lower band, it's got more room to run. But on the contrary, if the stock is already above the upper band here, then I'm not interested. I'm going to wait a little bit. Then I will do an entry point. So in a nutshell, it's the same old philosophy here. Buy when the stock is low and sell when the stock is high. This indicator, which is Bollinger Band, it tells you when the stock is, when you can buy, whenever the stock is, trying to go below the 50% mark here, or trying to just cut through the middle band or cut through the lower band, that's when we are interested. But if it's cutting through the upper band here, then we are not interested. We would want the stock to come down. That's the basic philosophy here. And when you want to buy, you can also look at on the balance volume, which is down here. I look at on the balance volume. If it tells me volume is going higher, then I'm interested. Look here, Apple on the balance volume is telling me, hey, wait a little bit, there is no hurry, so I'm not interested at the time. So with that, what we'll do is I did a quick screen for us to look at, where we look at the Bollinger Band trading strategy and look at the stocks that we can invest in right now, fundamentally good companies, but the entry point determined by Bollinger Band. So with that, let's jump in here. All right, so we got here a list of stocks, as you can see here, all based on the Bollinger Band. So look, we got Bollinger Band right here. I took a look at Bollinger Band 50 period Bollinger Band here. Look, all these stocks have got 50 period Bollinger Band below 60. That tells you it's got 40 more % to go to hit the top upper band here. So it's got more room to run. And one more thing I also look at is Bollinger Band 20. See, where is it at when it compared to Bollinger Band 20? Look, when it comes to Facebook or Meta, right now it's 49%. When it comes to Bollinger Band 50, means it's got more 51% to go to hit the upper band. Similarly, when it comes to Bollinger Band 20, it's 77% there. It's not quite at the upper band yet, but it's got some more room to run. So I look at such companies, and those are the good ones to invest in. Then finally, I look at the SMA, simple moving average. Is it how much it is from current stock price? If it is above the current stock price, in this case, simple moving average, 10-day moving average is 2% above the stock price. That tells you there is more room to run here. Stock just took over the 10-day SMA, simple moving average. It's got more room to run. So in those scenarios, you can also see here 1-day, 5-day stock is doing well. So this is the time you can invest in stocks like Facebook here, because it took on its simple moving average, and it's also within its upper band, so it's got more room to run. So that's one example here. We've got more examples. And also look, I made sure these are fundamentally stable companies. Look at the net margin. All these companies have got net margin positive. That means these companies make money. And Altman Z-score, as well as free cash flow. Free cash flow is more than $100 million. Altman Z-score more than 1.8. That tells you these are fundamentally stable companies. And you can also look at the five-year performance of these stocks. Many of these have done nicely in 5 years, so you can invest in these. So look, we got a couple of my favorites here. Look, we got stocks like Procter & Gamble and Mastercard. Both are great. So in here, the way I look at it is really, it's got more room to run when it comes to 50 period Bollinger Band. But when it comes to 20 period Bollinger Band, it's almost hitting the top envelope here, or the upper band. So you can still invest in because it's got more room to run. And we got a few more here. One of my favorite, which is Cisco here. You could buy Cisco at these levels here. It's got still more room to run. It's still below its 50 period upper band in the Bollinger Band. It's got more room to run even in the 20 period Bollinger Band. And look, it's just at the 10-day moving average. It's got more room to run here. It might go higher than the 10-day moving average as we speak. Then we got one of my favorite here, Adobe. Many of you know Adobe, Creative Cloud, Shantanu Narayan, CEO here. Look, this one is it's 43% right now. It's got about 57% to go to reach the top Bollinger Band in the 50 period. But it's doing well when it comes to 20 period. Still more room to run. It's also 20-day SMA is more than the current stock price, barely. That tells you this stock is also turning around. You can also evidence that by looking at Adobe's 1-day, 5-day what's going on here. It's trying to go higher. You could buy such companies which are making some progress here, still within Bollinger Band, upper band. It's lot of move it has to make to reach the upper band. So I would invest in such companies. You would do very well. And I got a few more here. I got my favorites like Intuit at these levels, as well as PayPal. Look, both have got probably at this time PayPal has got more room to run. You could buy this company. And I also like Intuit here. It's also a good one to buy here. Both are Intuit just took over its 10-day SMA here. That's a good one to buy at these levels here. And we got a few more here. If you can look at this list here and try to get a good understanding. As an example, if you have to look at a few more here, look, we got one more. Which is Mondelez here. Look, it's 42% right now from a Bollinger Band 50. Has a lot more room to run here. And Bollinger Band 20, it's trying to reach its upper envelope. So in these scenarios, you can be cautious. You could look at the stocks which are not above 90%, maybe below 90%. That could be better candidate here because it's done its move in the shorter run. So you could look at more companies here. We got Baxter as an example. One of my favorite stock at times. You could buy this one also. Look, it's got a lot of room to run here. It's also at its 10-day SMA here. You could buy this one also. All right, so let's look at a few more here. Got continuation going on here. So we got a few more stocks here. And look, we got stock like Align Technologies, which is battered down, as many of you know here. One of my favorite dental stock here. Look, it's just above its 10-day SMA, simple moving average. It's got a lot more room to run in 50-period Bollinger Band here. So we got a few more here. Keep watching. We got AMCR, $11 stock. It's a very low price stock, as many of you know here. It's got a 7% net profit margin. Company is making money. And look, it's above its 10-day simple moving average. Stock is trying to go higher. It's got more room to run when it comes to Bollinger Band. And Clorox, as many of you know, it got beaten down of late. Look, it's got a lot more room to run here. You could buy Clorox, just took on its 10-day SM simple moving average. It's got more room to run when it comes to a 50-period Bollinger Band here. And we got a few more, as you see here. We got JLL, which is one of the real estate type company. You could look at this one also here. Has a lot more room to run. You could invest in such companies. All these are rock solid companies. Look at the net margin here. All nice net margin. And look at the Altman Z score here. All financially stable. So with that, what we'll do is we'll look at one or two charts to get the idea well understood and go from there. From a chart perspective, let's look at CSX. As many of you know, CSX is a railroad company. It's one of the good company. I like this company. To illustrate this Bollinger Band here, look what's going on here. Stock hit the top here, resistance when it comes to upper band here, came down, hit the middle one. Its middle one became its support for a while, but finally it broke down here, came to the lower band. Lower band became a support level, went higher. That's the idea. Upper band is your resistance level, lower band is your support level, and the middle band can be either support or resistance depending on what's going on here. And similarly, all these bands can be support or resistance. Once it breaks through the band, that band will become the support. But if it's trying to break through, that becomes a resistance level. Look, it came all the way down, hit the resistance, came all the way down, hit the support, went all the way up. It's one of the good trading strategy. When you look at fundamentally good companies like CSX, to determine the entry point, you could use Bollinger Band. It's proven very useful. When the Bollinger Band expands like this, look, huge expansion here. When that happens, typically the volatility increases. Now that's when you can look at selling some put options or such strategies, because the moment Bollinger Band expands, volatility expands, so you could get some good money selling some premium or put options much below stock price. And look, it hit the resistance, came down. It's one of the proven strategy. You could use this Bollinger Band envelopes to trade. If you're a swing trader, it's a good one here. Right now, what's going on? Look, we got CXX coming all the way down, trying to hit the middle band here. Middle band can act as a resistance here, just like it did right here. It can come through down here, but it might go up again. This middle band can be a nice support level for CSX here. All right, let's look at one more here. We got SBSW, which is one of my favorite company. Look, it's also doing very nicely. Hit the top band here. And came down, hit the lower band, went higher. This is in a downward trajectory, as you can see here, but suddenly it tried to go higher nicely, but with all the issues around workers and supply chain issues, it's trying to come down now. Now look what's going on. It's trying to decide whether to use this middle band as a support level or a resistance level. So far, middle band has become a resistance level, but if it can penetrate through the middle band, that will become the support level. That's why it's one of the good trading strategy. If you look at a fundamentally good stock, you don't know when to when to buy, you can use this strategy. And if you already have a stock, for example, even this stock here, SPSW, if you have a lot of position here, if you want to see where I can do a stop loss, you can look at these bands here. If you bought it right now, maybe this is your stop loss here. If you bought it a while ago, for example, if you bought it here, the middle band can be a stop loss. You could either use a 50-period Bollinger Band to get the bigger waves, as you call it. So you can be a swing trader on a 50-day type basis here. But if you're a short-term trader, you could look at a 20-day Bollinger Band also. So you look at the little bit smaller waves, and you could buy and sell that way also. All right. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.